you know about walking through the darkness? Straight bullet flying, shining like torchlight. Hit you in the head, make you lose your only life. What you know about? Stuck in an empty house, surrounding with fire. Someone saw ya on the other side, waiting to pull the trigger. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Make you say your last breath to God. Oh Lord, forgive my sin, 'cause tonight might be my last night. And you're screaming for stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. 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 What you know about 1990, when innocent people lost their life? What you know about October 15th, when the whole city was praying to achieve? What you know about April 6th, when your auntie was selling cold water to feed the family, and she got ribbon away, fighting for you to stay alive. What baby? Stay alive, stay alive, stay alive. 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 See everybody running for their lives. They're moving, they're falling. It's like them they're walking. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boy, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? They're gonna take you away. They're gonna take you away, take you away, take you away. Put you in a cage, hey. All them tribal things that you did. You took my father away, took somebody mother away, took somebody brother away, took somebody sister away, took somebody best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, auntie, husband, and wife away. Oh, baby, I'm thinking, baby, I want you to stay alive. Stay alive, stay alive, 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 stay
Yeah. Right, check out my mouth. Yeah. Right. You know I let it slide where you got days. So won't you back it up on me? I know the way you're whining the pop ways. Don't tease it and making me on right. So smooth when you move to the groove in the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I let it slide where you got days. So won't you back it up on me? Right. This a girl a wine in a time. I move around and she don't have no spine. The next thing, though she find, she have the rest of them a wait in a line. Oh gosh, champagne a pop and we so fast. Weed in a spliff, no allow that. Girl, back it up, make me hold that. This girl's on the level right now. I match to the bass and the trouble right now. Wine for the real, them a crown. Bedroom pulling up in a park down. Fast, fast, slow, slow. Anywhere you want, baby girl, go. Bounce up and down like a pro, go. Girl, you want it, they know, yo. Real on the scene. Heavy movement, you and your team, yeah. Them can't intervene, right? You know another style where you got this, so won't you back it up on me? that you want me, baby girl, if you loving tonight. Right, baby, I'm in town, know that it's going down. You know that I'm only here for one night. You know what he won't do, really won't do. You know why I probably put that thing upon you. Looking at you, looking like you really want to. There's nothing on this earth, baby girl, I won't do. Girl, cause we turning up. Shots on deck, cause we burning up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up. Take it back to the telly, throw it up, girl, throw it up. Oh, yeah. Looking at your friends like you don't care. Girl, cause the Grey Goose is in here. Oh, yeah, we in here. You know I let it slide where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? I love the way you're whining your pop waist. Don't tease till it making me honest. So smooth when you move to the groove, be the truth, baby. Back it up on me. Yeah, I love the slide where you got this. So won't you back it up on me? My money in the red bank.
Beats.
They say I love money, penny. Oh, they say you love money, penny. So many say they can't love money, penny. They can't love money, penny. You love penny. Well, I what the money can do. 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 Well, I what the money can do. 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 I put my money in the red bank. Before I was buying the money, I left my money in the red bank. Hey, yeah. I love my Susie from Bangladesh. They can't love my style, but the money can concentrate them. Hey, yeah. Please, my head, please, my home. How did I know? Please, my head. Please, my head, please, my home. How did I know? Please, my head. Can't be a dabuna. You a dabuna. You be a dabuna. You don't get more like you want a dabuna. Today, una pay us in car. Looking for it. And see money back here, I can see that to the heart. Looking for it. Can't be a dabuna. You a dabuna. You be a dabuna. You don't get more like you want a dabuna. What the money can do. 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 Well, what the money can do. 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 Ilé ọ̀la sábà bàjẹ́ ṣe o. Àjàmúlá ìmọ̀ bàjẹ́ àkẹ́jẹ́ ìpàdé o. Kẹ́jẹ́ pẹ́. Monkey go up, monkey hard to calm down. Monkey calm down. I believe in my kabagi, they say you want me calm down. Monkey calm down. Money for hair, baba ground. Monkey calm down. You're a monkey sweating, now I calm down. Monkey calm down. What the money can do? 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 Well, what the money can do? What the money can do? What the money can do? What the money can do?
Beats.
Global Impact Ministries International USA invites you to its 7th year anniversary celebration, and the theme is Kingdom Building. The guest speakers will be Apostle Dio Brown, Bishop Walter L. Jones, Bishop D. Lamar Weish, and Bishop Bobby Scales. The revival will be August 8th through 12th at 7 p.m. The Thanksgiving service will be August 14th at 2:30 to 6 p.m. at 801 McDade Boulevard, Collingdale, PA. The anniversary dinner will be August 13th at the Clarion Hotel, Philadelphia International Airport. Please join us during this divine time and be blessed. For more info, please contact 612-702-24 or 215-594-9103.
Another banger, baby, calm down.
Painter One of Delaware. Yes, it's Painter One of Delaware, the name that counts when you talk quality painting works. For more than 2 decades, Painter One has brought more life and vigor to thousands of residential and commercial complexes with our quality painting services. Give your homes, offices, bars, stores, hospitals, shops, etc. that look they deserve by choosing Painter One of Delaware. For more information, call us on phone number 302-508-3034. Again, 302-508-3034. Or visit our website at painter1.com/Delaware. Or better still, email us on ivan@painter1.com or holly@painter1.com. Schedule a free estimate and get 10% off by using the promo code COSTA. Painter One of Delaware. Renew your space, renew your life.
She dey give me small, small, I know.
Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency is the name that counts when you talk quality and affordable insurance services. Located in central New Jersey, Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency provides homeowner insurance, commercial and business insurance, auto insurance, life insurance, and a lot more. We partner with over 20 top-rated companies to ensure we provide affordable pricing and quality services to our clients. Not only that, we also offer free financial planning consultation, and we are licensed in 20 states across the USA. At Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, our staff are well trained to handle all your insurance needs. Visit our website on www.pmassinsurance.com or call us on phone number 609-571-3037. That's 609-571-3037. Peter Massaquoi Insurance Agency, your low-cost insurance partner. It is often said any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. That is why I introduced to you a company with magic, SM Group Incorporated. SM Group Incorporated is an internet technology company that provides the best quality and cheapest internet services, including IT management services, supplies of IT equipment, networking, mobile app and software development, structural cabling, and web design. We also develop POS cash register system for small businesses like mini-mart, supermarket, restaurants, and bar, hotel management software for reservations and online booking. SM Group Incorporated installs biometric systems that include hotel door locks and access control, database, CCTV security, and motion sensor system installation with 24/7 monitoring and cloud backup storage with mini solar backup power system. Coming soon is the SM Group SASE-Net, which will deploy hundreds of Wi-Fi hotspots across the city with high-speed, affordable broadband internet service for less than $100 Liberian dollars. For more information, visit our website at www.smgroupincorporated.net or email us at info@smgroupincorporated.net or call cell numbers 0777-881-881. We are located at the intersection of Carey and Center Streets in Monrovia.
Do you need a car?
Ready for an upgrade?
Then come to Sika Motors, sole distributors of Toyota vehicles, Mitsubishi vehicles, and Yamaha motorbikes, genuine accessories and spare parts.
You name it, we have it. We have the 2022 brands of Toyota vehicles. Select from our new Toyota Starlight,
Toyota Belter, Toyota Rush.
We've got the best deal in town through our Sika Motors financing schemes with selected banks, EcoBank Liberia and UBA Liberia, starting at the lowest as $500 USD. You won't believe these prices. Come for quality, reliability, and durability. Take a spin and let's make a deal.
Sika Motors on the UN Drive at Sayotown, Bushra Island, or call Sika Motors on +231 775 987 758 or email cmarketing@cfao.com. Sika Motors, drive with confidence.
We all know the headache we go through sending money to our loved ones, friends, and family in Liberia. High fees, long lines in banks, the usual complaint of the system being down, such a waste of time and energy. That is why I was very happy when I learned that SendWave is now in Liberia. So now I can send money anytime from anywhere directly from my smartphone to the MTN Lone Star Cell mobile money account of a loved one, friend, or family within seconds for just a tiny fee. So download SendWave now to your phone from your Apple Store or Google Play Store. Add your details, and don't worry, they are very safe and secure. And start sending money today. Don't forget to insert the promo code COSTA to get free $5 credit added to your first transfer. SendWave is secure, super fast, and by far the most affordable way to send money to Liberia. I'm Henry P. Costa and a very happy customer. Thank you. Welcome to the program. Today is a beautiful day. We are glad to be here. Good morning, Walker.
Yeah, good morning, Costa, and good morning to our many listeners. We are here for the weekend's edition of the Costa Morning Show, and it's gonna be a fascinating one. All you have to do just sit back, relax, as we provide you information across Liberia and Africa at large.
Yes, folks. I woke up this morning at 5:38 my time, and so very, very disturbing news that the home of the newly elected Unity Party chairman Luther Tappe was gutted by fire in what appears to be a diabolical, a wicked arson attack. His vehicle was also burned. I mean, severely burned. I mean, who could have done this? I mean, that fire doesn't look like a normal fire. It doesn't look like an ordinary fire. Who could have done this, Baka? What's your theory?
I just can understand Costa because he just got elected, and it appears that is it because of that? Was he in problem with somebody or what? Because
it has to be somebody who hates his guts.
Yeah,
really hates his guts. I mean, clearly this is serious, okay? I mean, we know how it is in Liberia. People's homes are not insured. Nobody insures their homes in Liberia. This is what is scary, okay? So you lose it all. I mean, they could have died. I'm told one of his sons, one of the boys who lived with him, or one of his sons, is in a critical condition. They had to take him to a hospital. It's just scary, okay? Was it meant to kill him? I mean, because they were in their house when the house was set ablaze. That's what I'm told.
And the frustrating part about it, fire service were called upon.
Oh, Baka, I beg you, man, don't even start. Don't even start with your fire service.
They are responsible. That's their responsibility now.
Yeah, but you don't have fire service in your country, man. Do you know the response time here in America when they say fire? Do you know how long it takes in my area? Because the response time in every area is not the same. I think it's like 5 minutes. I mean, like 5 minutes. Okay, literally 5 minutes time the fire service will be here. 5 minutes.
Not Liberia.
You know why? Because guess what? I live in Bass, a beautiful little place. Beautiful. Very nice. Clean. There is a fire service place right here. The Christiana fire department. It's right here. Right here. Literally, it's like 4 minutes away from me. 4 minutes. Brother, when they say fire, in 5 minutes, they will be here.
Not Liberia, Costa. And secondly, the way our buildings or the way we build our houses,
the areas are not even accessible by car.
Yeah, by car. So a fire service come down to a cringe of fire at the specific area. There's no way they can.
You don't have a proper address system. Just the time you take on the phone trying to direct them to your house is already burnt.
Sure.
No, but let's forget the other topic. Waka. Like it's been like that forever. But let's stick with this thing. What happened to Reverend Luther Tapper and his family? I mean, I was just shocked. I'm still in shock. The man's beautiful home.
Mm-hmm.
His family is sleeping, and people just attack them. People just attack them. Oh man, it's very sad. It's very sad. Somebody must have hated him so much to do this. At this point, Waka, to be honest, we cannot begin to point fingers to any particular person because we don't know who could have done this. But this was not some accidental fire. This fire was started by somebody. Okay. It was started by somebody. We will not point fingers because we don't know who did it, but this fire was not some accidental fire. Okay. I disagree.
Costa, the fire, the horse got burned, and then his car also
And the
got
car,
burned in the
the car was not even parked in the house, in the garage. The car was parked outside.
outside.
So it is not the same fire that burned the house and burned the car. Listen now, we're studying criminal justice. This is awesome. If the car was in the house and the car got burned along with the house, then it would make sense. You could say, okay, maybe the fire was an accidental fire. And then while the car was inside, the car got burned as well. But no, the car was parked outside, a safe distance away from the house. So how could the fire have made its way to the car as well? Now, there are two houses in a compound. There is a big house, which is a two-story house building, and there's a flat. And these two houses are not joined together, these two buildings.
Yeah.
So how is it that the fire burned all two of the buildings and the vehicle? Hello? It doesn't make sense, does it? It does not make sense. That fire was started by somebody. It is not some accidental fire. It is not some electrical wiring thing. It is not some candle fell over and burned something. No, it is not that. That fire was started by somebody. Somebody's asking, is it possible to start a fire in a car? Even if they started the fire in the car, the fire would not make its way to the house. Because the house, the car is parked a distance away from the house, from what I see, in the pictures. We've seen the pictures. I posted the pictures.
Well, the internet is kind of facing some little problem.
This is the car.
Let's see if we can
And
work
that's the
on
main
it
house.
quickly.
But you know what, Wagai? The main house
So we
looks
can-
like the main house was not badly burned
So, folks,
compared to the small house.
we stay facing a little internet.
I can hear you, Wagai. You are the one with the bad internet. So the main house looks like it's pretty much still intact. The main house. But the smaller house and the vehicle burned. Severely burned. Severely burned. So somebody wanted to cause them serious harm. Brother Tapper needs to install some CCTV cameras. We need to keep him and his family in our prayers. You all know nothing is going to come out of this. We're never going to find out who did this. But somebody did it. Somebody did it. You're right. Petrol bomb is the easiest way. I'm pretty sure they didn't, go into the compound and light the fire and then escape the scene. I'm sure that's not how they did it. They must have thrown a petrol bomb. For the bigger house is not as badly burned. It's just a certain area. It appears they were able to put out the fire before the fire could do much damage. But a smaller house, completely burned. Completely burned. This is very, very, very scary. Extremely scary. We will pray for Brother Tapper. Let's keep him and his family. in our prayers because this is a horrible, wicked, wicked act. What has happened to him and his family? So yesterday I came upon the coins. The government said they are producing, they're making coins. So they are producing coins. I mean, who needs $30 coins and $20 coins these days? Coins. Who needs that? People are moving to digital money. Yeah. People are moving to digital money. Then you're producing coins. Why do we need coins? Why do we need coins? I'm just looking for these coins here. And the coins are ugly and they're heavy. They're heavy. And I'm saying to myself, who wants to be carrying? Yeah, this is it. So the new money that we are printing. So 48 million Liberian dollars worth of coins. They are producing coins. By September, the coins will be out. You've got the $25 coins or coin, and you've got the $30 coin. $30, $25. So people are going to be walking around with these coins clanking in their pockets. Bangala, bangala, bangala. It's like an alarm bell telling the Zogos that you are coming or the thief that you are coming. The coins in your pockets. Clanking together. Your $25 coin and your $30 coin. I don't know whether these are the only two types of coins they have, but people are moving to digital money now. Cashless. Certain parts of the world, even in Africa, places like Kenya, they are big on digital money. Yeah. And we are producing coins. Okay? These are the coins, folks. These are the coins. The one you can see on the screen, for those of you who are watching on Facebook, by the way, we are on the radio. These are the coins. So my thing is this. Why do we want to make coins? If you want to make coins, you can make $1 coin, $2 coins, 50-cent coin, and stuff like that. Dollar coins. But why are you making the $30 coin, Walker? Why
30, 35.
$25 coin?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who needs a $25 coin? Are you freaking kidding me? You want to make a dollar coin? It makes sense. You want to make a 50-cent coin? It makes sense because
25 cents.
Huh?
25 cent coin, no problem.
Yeah. Don't make 5 cents because 5 cents would be worth nothing. But 25 cents, 50 cents, $1 coin. It would make sense. Those three denominations. So if you want to mint coins, because that's the word, they don't make coin, they mint, M-I-N-T. If you want to mint coins, you can mint a 25-cent coin, a 50-cent coin, a dollar coin. For now, you don't need to make a 10-cent coin. A 10-cent would buy nothing really. People can buy dollar poto. What are the things about for dollar nowadays with this inflation and all? What sells for dollar?
Nothing.
There you go. What really sells for dollar? I mean, nothing, right?
Nothing. Even a $5 now say water.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now $5 can't even get you a lot.
Pepper making it 1 for 5.
Peppermint.
Yeah. 1 for 5.
One peppermint candy
for $5.
For $5.
Yeah.
Ooh, that is how bad things are. Huh? So $5 can barely get you nothing.
Chewing gum 10. No, chewing gum 20. 10
Wait,
for
juice fruit.
Juice fruit is 10.
$10 for what?
For juicy fruit.
For one piece of juicy fruit or the whole pack of juicy fruit?
One piece.
And folks, for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, juicy fruit is a chewing gum.
Mm-hmm.
It's a popular chewing gum in Liberia. Juicy fruit, that's what it's called.
One
Are
piece.
you saying a single juicy fruit, not the pack, not the pack, because the pack contains what? 5. We used to buy the pack of juicy fruit for what? For about $50. The last time I was in Liberia.
Mm-hmm.
So if you bought the pack, which contains 5 pieces for $50, that means each of them is what? $10.
$10.
So how much is that same one piece of juicy fruit now?
20. When the person went for that business to go faster, they make it 15.
Jesus Christ. Now, so you're making these coins. Huh? My man, I'm not saying chicle, but okay, those of you know chicle, like chicle, chewing gum, chicle, fine. You're making these coins, $30 coins, $25 coins. We don't need them. Now, first thing is they are minting $48 million worth of coins or in coins. 48 million Liberian dollars in coins. Who needs these coins? To me, the idea is stupid. We do not need all these $48 million in coins. We don't. Make coins in dollar, 50 cents, and 25 cents. 50 cents, 25 cents, and $1. But not coins in $30 and $25. The idea, I'm sorry, it makes absolutely no sense to me. And they say the coins will be out in September. Next month, the coins are going to be out. Wow. Wow. Somebody just sent me a picture of their home, which got burned to last week. 2 weeks ago, rather. Yeah. Very tragic. So my people, that's it, yeah. That's what we have to deal with. Let's wait for the coins. The coins are coming very soon. And you're going to be walking around with those coins in your pocket. Now, yesterday, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, right after D. Maxwell Kimaya spoke at the MICAT regular Thursday press briefing, where he was expected to present the investigation report. This report, which looks into the investigation report that deals with the investigation into the passport saga, the investigation into how a 419er, a scammer in the person of Basiru Kante, came to be in possession of a Liberian diplomatic passport. The president gave him a week to investigate. Since that time, it has been over 2 months. Over 2 months.
Going close to 3.
Pretty close to 3 months. So yesterday, Mr. Kimaya goes to the Ministry of Information, where the government regular press conference is held every Thursday. He mounts the podium to speak to the issue of the investigation. And people are thinking Mr. Kimaya is about to present the report. Mr. Kimaya then goes on to say he wants additional time. Mr. Kimaya said he has not concluded the investigation and he wants additional time. Can you imagine that level of incompetence? How long does it take to find out exactly what it is? Mr. Kimaya said he wants additional time to conclude the investigation. Now, employees of the ministry issued a press release yesterday, and they dealt with him of his very own ministry. The employees say that in a press release, they say, Kimaya, this is their press release they put out yesterday. The attention of the Independent Workers Association of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has been drawn to the intentional refusal of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia, Mr. D. Maxwell Sa Kimaya, to adhere to the directive of the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency George Manenwia, to investigate and submit report on circumstances that led to the issuance of Liberian diplomatic passport to Mr. Sheikh Bashir Kante within a period of 1 week. It can be recalled that on May 10, 2022, so this was in May, President Weah ordered Mr. Kimaya to investigate the situation of how Mr. Kante got possession of a Liberian diplomatic passport and to further submit a full report detailing a review of how Liberian diplomatic passports are obtained, or Liberian diplomatic passports are obtained. The order mandated Kimaya to submit his report within 1 week. As we are aware that Mr. Kimaya requested for additional 2 weeks to enable him complete the mandate of his assignment. Today marks exactly 3 months since the president's directive. It's been 3 months, Waka. I was mistaken to say 2 months. In view of the flagrant disregard to the president's directive, the association sees this action on the part of Mr. Kimaya as crystallized lack of capacity, short-sightedness, leadership deficit, incompetence, as well as undermining the highest constitutional authority in the republic. The association therefore wishes to express 0% of, zero confidence in the ability of Mr. Kimaya in executing any task mandated under the authority of the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Liberia. Okay? They say they have zero confidence in their boss. Zero. Isn't that something? Okay? But guess what now? Baga, we cannot hear you.
This alone should send a message to the president, Costa.
Not a single member of this association at the ministry signed this document. You sign it, you are fired. By the time you sign that document, you are fired in a disgraceful fashion too. So what? They wrote the press release, they had it published, released, but they did not sign it because they're trying to protect themselves and protect their jobs. I don't blame them. They didn't sign it because Kimaya would go after them in such a vicious way that you would be shocked. That's what he is. That's what he does. Now, the U.S. State Department has issued a report on Liberia, on the Liberian economy. And the report, doesn't say anything we already don't know, but it's interesting. We'll focus on the executive summary of the report, and the report is on the investment climate in the country, what it looks like in Liberia as a business person. We were just talking about it the other day that I would not advise Boubacar Kamara to come to Liberia to invest his money. The Americans are basically saying the same thing here. So I'm going to read the executive summary of the report for you. For those of you who have not seen the report, it's online, by the way. Please don't ask me to send it to you because I will not.
They are always doing that.
You can Google it, you will find it. You people are so lazy, you can't do
They are
research.
always doing that, Costa. Please
Tell me
it.
when you got internet. Let me read a report for you, the executive summary. Liberia offers opportunities for investment, especially in natural resources such as mining, agriculture, fishing, and forestry, but also in more specialized sectors such as energy, telecommunications, tourism, and financial services. The economy, which was severely damaged by more than a decade of civil wars that ended in 2003, has been slowly recovering, but Liberia has yet to attain pre-war levels of development. Liberia's largely commodities-based economy relies heavily on inputs, even for basic needs like fuel, clothing, and rice, Liberia's most important staple food. The COVID-19 pandemic disrupted many sectors of the economy, which contracted in 2019 and 2020. However, the World Bank and IMF expect per capita GDP to return to pre-COVID-19 levels by 2023. Growth will be driven mainly by the mining sector, although structural reforms are also expected to increase activity in agriculture and construction. Lower human development indicators, expensive and unreliable electricity. You hear that? These are the obstacles to Liberia's development. Listen to this. Low human development indicators. Lots of people in Liberia, most people in Liberia have no skills. They are not trained. Expensive and unreliable electricity. You see that? Poor roads, a lack of reliable internet access. These are the things we talk about all the time. That's why Ghana is better to go to than Liberia to invest. That's why Sierra Leone is better than you. That's why all the countries next to you are better than you. What makes Liberia anything? Why should I go to Liberia? Because I like Liberians. Why should anybody bring their money to a country that has nothing to offer you? Nothing good you have to offer. Electricity, unreliable and very expensive. I mean, look, it's just sad.
Poor internet facility.
Yeah.
No good roads.
Look, it's just very sad. A lack of reliable internet access, especially outside the urban areas and pervasive government corruption. What kind of corruption? Pervasive government corruption. There you go. Constrain investment and development. See, these are the things that constrain, that make it difficult for somebody to invest in Liberia or to develop the country. Most of Liberia lacks reliable power. Although efforts to expand access to the electricity grid are ongoing through an extension from the Mount Coffee hydropower plant, connection to the West Africa power pool, and other internationally supported energy projects. Public perception of corruption in the public sector is high, as indicated by Liberia's poll showing in Transparency International's 2021 Corruption Perceptions Index, where Liberia ranked 136 out of 180 countries. Low public trust in the banking sector and seasonal currency shortages result in most cash being held outside of banks. To remedy this, the Central Bank of Liberia in 2021 initiated a plan to print and circulate additional currency. The new printing and minting, you see why I said minting? To produce coins. The new printing and minting will provide 48 billion Liberian dollars through 2024. The CBL and commercial banks have also successfully pushed the adoption of mobile money, which Liberians access through their mobile phones to make everyday purchases and pay bills. However, the government has yet to activate the national switch, meaning banking instruments like ATMs and mobile money accounts remain unintegrated and are not interoperable. The government-backed Business Climate Working Group works with public and private sector stakeholders to explore how to create a friendlier business environment. International donors also work with the government to improve the investment climate, which ranks toward the global bottom by most global measures. We're at the very bottom when it comes to doing business in the country in terms of the environment, business climate. We are at the very bottom. That's how backward we are. That's why nobody serious comes to Liberia to invest. Despite these numerous challenges, Liberia is rich in natural resources. It has large expanses of potentially productive agricultural land and abundant rainfall to sustain agribusinesses. Its rich mineral resources offer significant potential to investors in extractive industries. Several large international concessionaires have invested successfully in agriculture and mining, though negotiating these agreements with the government often proves to be a lengthy and visiting struggle. I like that word. The fishing industry, long dormant compared to pre-war levels, is making improvements that should make it more attractive for investment. The government of Liberia describes the country as open for business and supports programs and initiatives to foster commerce, including an ad hoc business climate working group to improve the investment climate. During Liberia's National Judicial Conference in June 2021, President George Weah called on the judiciary to partner with agencies on reforms to improve the investment climate. The business working group, chaired by the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, collaborates with the Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Liberia Business Registry, which is where when you go to register a business, you never get it registered. No. It takes forever. And the Liberia Revenue Authority, where when you go to pay your taxes, you got to stay in a long freaking line, and sometimes they'll tell you they don't even have receipts. We are just a PC country, one of the worst countries on the face of the earth. And that is a fact, not stated by me, but it is an obvious and a fact that cannot be argued. It develops investment strategies, policies, and programs to attract foreign investment and negotiates investment contracts and concessions. The National Investment Commission oversees the implementation of Liberia's 2010 Investment Act and chairs an ad hoc interministerial concession committee, IMCC. In 2021, the NIC became a member of the World Association of Investment Promotion Agencies. In practice, however, after saying all these great things that the government supposedly is doing to try to improve the investment climate in the country, but the US State Department says in practice, however, the government does much to discourage investors and investment. Hello? The government does what? Much to discourage investors and investment. Some business leaders report it is difficult even to meet with government representatives to discuss new investment or policies damaging to the business climate. President people are complaining just to meet a relevant government official to tell him how bad things are, how poor their services are, how ineffective they are, how the policies are hurting the business people. They say it is difficult to meet one of these Salama swines, Waka. To just get to meet something D My former friend who has the Liberia Business Registry, it's a difficult thing for him to tell him the printer is always down at the business registry where you go to register your business or to have it renewed. They never have ink. They always order spare parts that never arrive on time. Investors, a weak legal and regulatory framework, a lack of transparency in contract awards, the way they award contracts, okay? There's no transparency. Nobody really knows who wins the bid. Oftentimes, they don't even do bids.
Yeah, PPCC is mess up.
And widespread corruption inhibit foreign direct investment. Investors are often treated as opportunities for graft. You know what that means? The Americans are saying that the government treats investors as though, my man, my freshman account. The other man, he come from Japan, he say he want to invest in, they want to, man, can't give me money. Can't yet. That my house I wanted to build, I can't finish it for me. You see what I say? Investors are often treated as opportunities for graft. Graft, which means corruption, stealing, hustling. You see that? That the officials of government treat investors as the hustle ground. Hey, my chopping open. The other investor come from Russia. He say he want to buy land to do the 1 year. My man can't bring money. This is the reality in the country. And government decisions affecting the business sector are driven more by political cronyism than investment climate considerations. Many businesses find it easier to operate illegally if the right political interests are being paid. So you may operate a business even illegally. If you are friends with the right people, you can operate illegally in the country without any proper documentation or licensing, if or when required. Whereas those that try to follow the rules receive little, if any, assistance from government agencies.
Look at that.
Those of you who wish to do business the right way, the government doesn't care about you.
Yeah,
the government wants that will grease their palms.
Yeah, you do your registration. Costa, once you do your registration, you pay your taxes and do whatsoever thing. The government doesn't care about you.
No, they don't care about you.
You don't want to. You don't want to come straight. You want to be doing all type of thing there, but the one that can go on the side wall and do the criminality.
Yeah,
you want the government.
The Investment Act restricts market access for foreign investors, including U.S. investors, in certain economic sectors or industries. So, fellow Liberians, there you have it. We have a fundamental problem in the country. And the fundamental problem is the government is more interested in what they can get, government officials, than what will benefit the country. It is not a new thing in the country. It's been there. Even when Ellie and people were in power, this was happening. But the scale at which it is happening today, Wakai,
it's alarming.
It is alarming. It is very, very, very bad.
And a minister will
go before.
A minister that is close to the president will go in the public and state that, even though I'm stealing, but I'm using the money to build houses here in Liberia. I'm not carrying it outside. A minister, McGill.
Yeah.
You know, some of these things, when they come out, and Liberian people just sit and look at things as it is. Because like I said, normally here on the show, Costa, we are quite to be complacent with issues. So we say, let people enjoy. Like I tend to enjoy. The other people that are coming when election come will do what we're supposed to do. That's just it. And we are not getting nowhere. We just stuck to one position. Liberia is just backward. We way behind the country than are behind. That's what Liberia is.
Well, fellow Liberians, Liberia needs a lot of work. These
Totally.
problems that these people need, these problems can be fought. The question is, will the next government change the situation? That is the question. To change the situation, the president will have to lead by example. Will the next president be able to grab people and put them in jail for doing these things that are happening now? That is the question, Bwakai. If that doesn't happen, you will continue to live in poverty and deprivation and lack of opportunity. That will be the order of the day. Because, my dear friends, Liberia will not develop unless you have a government that wants to do right and that does its best to make it right, to create an enabling environment where businesses can thrive, locally owned businesses and foreign concessions can do well, can create opportunities, can operate without exploiting the people, can operate well, paying the taxes and being protected by the state and giving the incentives they need. If you don't do that, you will suffer. You see what the Americans say about agribusinesses. The country has one of the highest rainfalls, in fact, the highest rainfall in the region. We have 40% of the Upper Guinea forest, fertile land, great rainfall. Anything can grow. The land is arable. Great land, great soil. The soil is wonderful. Anything grows in Liberia, even without fertilizers. But it takes a serious-minded president to change the Liberian story from bad to good. It can happen. I believe in Liberia. I believe in the tremendous potentials of this country. But who will do that? Who will first end corruption? When I mean end corruption, corruption will always be around, but who can ensure that we fight it? Corruption is a huge distracting factor. I've said this time and again, perhaps some of you don't understand. What do I mean by that? Because our people are so obsessed with corruption, the officials in government at all levels, that it distracts them from doing what they need to do. The man goes to work, Bwakai. You heard what the report just said, the report we just read. It said, officials in government see investors as an opportunity for graft, for stealing. When they look at an investor, they don't see the investor as somebody who is about to come to help build this country's economy, develop this country's economy, and create jobs in the process or as a result. They don't see that person in that way. They see that person as an opportunity for them to get some money to finish building their house or to buy a new car or to get a new girlfriend who they will have now the money to pay or to support. That's how they see it. So you see what I mean by corruption is a distraction. It's a major distraction. It distracts the officials, public officials, from focusing on what they should focus on, from ensuring that opportunities are created so that people can get jobs and can improve their lives. No, they don't. They don't think that far. They think in terms of what can I get for myself from this investor? How much can I make from this investor? Sadly, it is because the people in power, their leaders, this is the culture in the country. From government to government, this is the way. From one administration to another administration, the Liberian government has always had people focus on themselves as opposed to improving the people's conditions. This is the way it's been. Do I believe that it could change with the right leader? Exactly. I believe it could change. But it will take a tremendous amount of political will to do this. Because this is the culture. To break from culture is not an easy thing, Bwakai. Nobody in government is there just to collect the salary they make and to live off of that. When someone is nominated an official in the government, all his friends are on Facebook, his family members are on Facebook. They are celebrating as if they won the lottery.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they do in other countries, but I see it in my Liberia. By the time they nominate Boakai just now as Minister of Agriculture, hey, all of Boakai friends will be calling, my man, we thank God for you. Man, your life has changed. Oh, this is the way it's in Liberia. It was not introduced by George Weah. It was not introduced by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. It was not introduced by Charles Taylor. It is the way it has always been. When you get appointed to a position, all your friends, all your family members are celebrating because their lives are about to change in one way or the other. Or at least they're saying your life is about to change. You're about to become a big shot. You build big houses. And they know you're going to steal. And that's why they are celebrating you. Mama, your time has come to trouble. This elephant meat, your time has come for you to eat some. This is the culture in the country. When do we have a country where when Boakai Kamara is nominated to a government position, his friends and his family members will not be celebrating that he has won the lottery? When? When will we have such a government? I ask myself that all the time. When will we have a leader that will preside over a country and fight to create an environment, a climate, that when an investor walks into a ministry or the NIC to negotiate for a particular mineral resource or a particular piece of land to do X, Y, and Z on, when will the people in that room not be concerned about how much money they can collect from that investor even before the deal is signed or the deal is negotiated? When will we have such a country? When? I ask myself that all the time. To do that, you would need a strong president, a no-nonsense president, a president who will not participate in corruption himself. Because to fight corruption as a leader, you must first be above corruption. You cannot be engaged in corruption and fight corruption. No, it is not possible. I cry for this country. My heart bleeds for this country. Everybody is about himself. The man could be living in a zinc shack and they nominate him minister or deputy minister or director. Boakai, in a period of a few months, he moves into a mansion. And it's okay. That's how it is. That's the culture. Liberia breaks my heart. There are many days I sit to myself and say, I shouldn't have been born in this country. But again, you cannot ask God why. You cannot ask God why. Liberia is a sick country. It's a country of small-minded people. Their minds are so small that this man is a whole minister, heading a whole ministry that could do a lot of good for the country. But all he cares about is how much he can get for himself from that deal. He rather gave the concessionaire or that investor everything he wants just so he can get little for himself. He will shortchange a whole country of 5 million people just so he can get $200,000 or $300,000 for himself in bribe, in kickback. Jesus Christ of Nazareth. We are such a small-minded country of crooks and wicked people. Liberians are some of the most wicked human beings that walk on the face of the earth. You see us smiling with one another. We act like we love one another. You cannot say you love me and you are my leader and you make bad deals that affect me, that affect my children unborn and my children's children. You cannot say you love me. It is sad. One group of people will tell you all the bad things that other people are doing now. But that group is only waiting for their turn.
Yep.
They're only waiting for their turn. The moment they come to power, they will do the exact same thing.
They were advocating
against those people who were in power. They were speaking up against the exact same things.
Mm-hmm.
When you begin to remind them that they used to say all these things were bad, then they tell you you are lying. They are not doing the things. You are seeing them, and you are seeing the fruits of their crime all over. They're building houses. They're doing this. They're doing, and they will tell you you are lying.
They were against it. For instance, let's just put
Tell me like
let's just put Unity Party and
sometimes I just want
CDC.
to just wash my hands out of the politics and just forget it. This country is sad.
Seditions were all out there against Ellie and her cabinet ministers. Oh, you guys need to face the country. You're doing this, you're doing that. We're not getting what we're supposed to get as citizens. Doing all type of advocacy. The Beaufort Chambers, the Akaros Gray, the Molu, Koji, all of them. Everything about Ellen Johnson, Sally, and the Unity Party were bad.
Yeah.
Very bad. But now, everything they are doing is good.
Yeah.
How the people living, they don't want to know.
Corruption is only bad to a Liberian when he or she is not in power.
Yes.
The moment he gets in power, then corruption is okay. When he is not benefiting from that corruption, then it is a bad thing. But the moment he gets in power, you know, I say this to myself all the time. I support Joseph Human Boakai for president, right? And I have faith in Boakai and what Boakai wants to do as president. But you know what worries me? I'm worried because I think about when people come to power and they are beholden to all the people around them who helped to bring them to power. And when those people who they feel beholden to do wrong, and they begin to think, they may have been with me for a long time. How can I put the man in jail? What can I do? You know, I think about that. That is the one of the, even if the president, even if Joe Biden is not corrupt, we know that. The whole country knows that. Only somebody who is a buffoon thinks that Biden is corrupt. But Joseph Biden is not, is not a corrupt person. But the thing is, sometimes leaders who themselves are not corrupt may condone other people to be corrupt because they feel that that person is one of their strongest supporters and they cannot and they owe loyalty to that person.
Oh, the person been with me for long.
Yes.
The person been there with me.
So I think about that. I say to myself, I wonder whether Joe Biden will be able to look at his people, his most loyal, hardworking supporters, who, when they do wrong, to slam them and put them in jail and have them prosecuted. That's what I wonder. As for himself, I have no doubt in my mind that he will be a decent leader, above corruption. But what will he do with the people who are very loyal to him now? That is one of the problems we face in the country. The most, to me, corruption takes away from the people. You're supposed to build this thing here for $1 million to benefit 10,000 people. But due to corruption, it never got built. Or what was supposed to be built did not get built. You reduced it. You reduced it. You took a lot of the money out, and as a result, you didn't build that exact facility that was supposed to have been built. It affects the people. We know of many unfinished projects across the country. The Bond County Technical College, we know of many of these projects where the funds that were allocated for these projects were stolen and nobody got prosecuted. That is what corruption does. It takes bread out of the people's mouths. It takes hospitals and clinics in places that should benefit the people. It prevents and denies the people of those benefits. That is what corruption does. And one of the worst things corruption does is that it distracts public officials from what they should be doing, which is essentially to improve the conditions of the people. Instead, they focus on improving their own conditions. The minister job they give me here, I yet to enjoy. That my own time. I here not to enjoy. You think I here to come make somebody enjoy? I here for myself. That my girlfriend, that my new girlfriend. I just go. I got a big old house. The girl says she want a new car. It's sad. It is very sad. So I worry about this. It worries me. I say to myself, will Joseph Walker be able to kick people butts, to put them in jail, to disgrace people? That's the only way you affect the country. You won't be meek and timid and nice. It will never change. It worries me, eh? I'm telling you, it worries me. It worries me. Liberia is sad. It's a very, very, very sad place. This is why the country cannot move forward, because of the level of corruption in the country. The people are so corrupt that they do not focus on anything else but themselves. And believe you me, the people in the communist camp, the people in the Bwaga camp, the people in the Yombli camp, the people in all the camp, the Euro camp, most of them, the overwhelming majority of them, all they are focused on is how they can come to power and steal themselves. They are not from Pluto. They are not from Mars. They are no better than the people in power. Don't even fool yourselves to think that, oh yeah, simply because you hear us making all that noise, therefore we are better. You are mistaken. You are mistaken. I don't trust the people. The only person I trust is Bwaka himself. If Bwaka decides to allow loyalty to people who support him, to hold him, then Bwaka will be just like we are and like Ellen. No different. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the truth. The only Bwaka will have to be able to put his closest and trust and most loyal people in jail first in order to prove that. And when the government comes to power, I will be watching the government.
For the first 6 months.
No, 6 months is too far. The first 3 months. The first 3 months, some people already start stealing. But let me tell you, you didn't put over 6 months start stealing. The moment the government comes to power, people will start stealing. I've heard Joseph Boakai talk about lifestyle audit. John Tobakwali were living in one buffer, enjoying one old car. By the time he comes to power, you make him a minister or a deputy minister. He buys a new house. He buys a fleet of cars. Where the hell did he get the money from? And then John Tobakwali is still walking around. Yeah. The president has not done anything yet. Now, I'm not saying the president will see everything, but the president has to have the right people in the right positions who will ensure that these people are investigated and prosecuted. My people, it is not easy. It is not easy. To change Liberia, you will need not a regular president. And no regular Joe Bro can change the country. No regular. You want things the same regular way, the same normal way. You need a president who is a radical, who is a rebel against the system as we know it to change the country. It is not going to be an easy thing to change Liberia. Everybody wants to get rich through the government. That is why the private sector does not do well. Everybody goes to school to get a government job to steal. Many of the Liberians you see here in America, they are here in this country just waiting. They are associated with one political party so that the moment that party wins, they go back to Liberia, they get a job, they steal, they pay their mortgage, they do this, they do that. That is the way the country is. I don't trust 95% of the people in all of the political parties in the opposition. What did I say? 95%.
So even the 5% say we have to scrutinize it.
Yes. 95% of the people in the political party in the opposition, I do not trust them. I trust Joseph Boakai. But then my concern is, will Joseph Boakai be able to put these people in jail?
Yeah, take
His
action.
closest people, will he take action? Because only action can change bad behavior.
Mhm.
That is what I worry about. Would you think we're going to be able to put Henry Costa in jail? I'm one of his biggest supporters. If I find a bigger supporter, who do you think is the biggest supporter of Joseph Boakai right now in the country, Boakai?
Is you.
Henry Costa. By far. Don't let anybody else fool you. You know what we've done? Making all this noise, giving life back to Boakai's bid for president. We're the biggest supporter for Joseph Boakai. But if I did wrong, if I violated people's trust, if I took a job in the government, would Joseph Boakai be able to put me in jail? I want him to put me in jail. Would he?
Yeah, look at your face and say, "Oh, Costa did well for me." Blah blah blah. He advocated.
Would he be able to put me in jail?
But he did this, and I need to take action. I need to close my eyes and do the right thing.
That is what I worry about. I worry about that. Liberia worries me. Oh, the people are suffering. The people are suffering. Liberians are suffering. You're not suffering because your country is too poor to help you. You're suffering because you have the bad managers and leaders who are only concerned about themselves. Who are only concerned about themselves. You see, for me, I've told you over and over, I don't need to be in government. If that's not what God wants me to do, I'm perfectly okay with that. You see me, the way I live my life, I pursue my ambitions, but I pray to God. I said, God, I hope this is what you want for me, because I don't want to pursue anything to be headed in the wrong direction. If God wants me to go right, I want to go right. I don't want to go left because I want to go left. I want to go in the direction that God wants me to go. But I believe that God has already put me on the path that he wants me on. That is what I believe. All I want for Liberia is for the right thing to happen for the people. For far too long, people have come to power who have said all the things we wanted to hear, who have promised heaven on earth, milk and honey.
Yeah.
When they come to power, they show themselves as nothing but sleazy crooks, looking to line their pockets, fatten their bellies, build as many houses, have as many women, send their wives to America to have the babies. You see some of these poor boys who couldn't afford to go to the U.S. embassy for regular
getting married. Are not getting married in the U.S.
They can be getting married in France, in Paris. They're getting married in Paris, you boy. Jesus Christ. Their ma and pa didn't have rubber plantation, rubber farm. You know, at the end of the day, Boakai, all what we do, all this talk we talk, you know what it will boil down to? One individual making all the key decisions, whether the country goes the right direction or the country stays in the place where it is. That's
the president.
That's why I want to tell people, don't be fooled and say, when I hear the supporters say, when we come to power, we'll do that. You and who will do what? You will have absolutely no power to do anything. It will be the president who will do these things or who will not do these things.
Wait, yeah.
Nothing I say yet, as close as I am with Joe Boakai, there is absolutely nothing I will be able to do by the time he's president. Boakai. By the time that man is declared president-elect and he swears the oath of office, forget it. The buck stops there with him. We're going to go and take our guests. We're going to move on now to something else. As you may be aware, the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania votes tomorrow. And we've had some of the candidates on the air, and we're going to take... then we're going to give them a few minutes. They just want to say something quickly before the elections tomorrow, and we wish them we wish them all of them a smooth, peaceful, and successful election tomorrow. Because as I've said repeatedly, Pennsylvania it's a very important state, one of the most important states in the United States, and for us Liberians in particular, looking at the size of our community there. And so these two fine people here, are on the same ticket, vying for the leadership of the association. They pride themselves on the novelty of their ideas, what they hope they can rejuvenate the community, and they can fill the void, that leadership vacuum that has been there for a long, long time. And so they are the candidate, they are the ticket of change, I'd like to think. And they are promising a lot. And I hope if and when they are successful and get elected, they will deliver on these things that they are promising. So I want to say good morning to the both of you, and we're glad to have you back. We have Madam Elma Galway, and we have Mr. Wilbert Newell.
Good morning.
They're on the same ticket as president and vice president, participating in the election tomorrow. So I want to say good morning to the both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you very much for having us back on this. I mean,
yeah. We just want to hear from you guys briefly before the election tomorrow. So we'll go to the lady first. Election is tomorrow. You guys have put in some work, a lot of work, I would think. And what's your expectation tomorrow?
We hope for a great turnout. Yet again, I don't feel that things were really prepared as it should be. Up until last night was when we just got things have been changed a few times. We just got exactly where the voters are going to be going. So that plays a huge part in this election. So, but we're hoping for the best. We've been texting since last night. We got this information very late. Our voters, there's been a change. We have to go here. So we hope for a great turnout. We have some very good supporters that, even though there's been mishaps and change in information, that we believe will be there for sure. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Brother Foley, I'll ask you the same question. Tomorrow is election day, and what's your optimism level?
I believe it is very high and realistic, because I think our community is aware of what is happening and what has happened the last 20 to 30 years. We have had nothing to show. We haven't had elections since 2007, because the playbook of those who control the Liberian Association have done so many things to frustrate those they consider as progressive, those they fear. And that is the challenge we are facing. There have been things done to us to discourage us to get out of the race or go to court, but we have decided to take the message to the voters. I will give you an example. Registration closed on January 31st. Our registration should have come to an end. On August 1st. The sitting administration, the Secretary General, and the President continue to secretly register supporters for our opponent. And it was only through the grace of God that someone stood up and said, this is not right. This is cheating. So I'm going to reach out to the voter camp and inform them. That is how the treasurer reached out to us. And thankfully, the board of directors have stood the ground. They have vowed to ensure that this process is transparent. So we want to thank the board of directors. We want to thank the election commission. And but this is just to show that how every attempt is being made just to give our opponent an uneven advantage.
So are you saying, and this is not surprising to me, I've heard this in other Liberian communities where they're having elections, that even though the registration of voters, the process had ended, had closed, for all the sides, for both sides, or all the sides participating, but another camp was allowed somehow nicodemously to register new people or to attempt to register new people. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, the CND Sino camp was allowed by the president and the secretary general to continue registration. They actually did register. Now the question is, we don't even know the exact figure, but the figure that came out, the bull that was leaked out, the bull stepped in after we filed protests. The bull stepped in and said, "This is cheating. We cannot condone this." I mean, this shows the people that this shows the type of leadership that will come to power if they are elected. So after the secret leak out, we were also given the opportunity by the president to register the same amount of people, and we declined. We said we cannot be part of a flawed system that we want to change. We cannot join in because registering one person after the deadline will be considered as cheating and entrapment. So we said we cannot, even if those 80 something names were still on the ballot, let it stay, but we will not register one single person after the deadline because we came in to make changes. And you cannot try to change an institution that you see has a lot of flaws and then become part of the problem.
Absolutely.
That's true. Now, before we go, like I said, we're gonna have you guys here very briefly, and of course, you wanted to voice that issue, which is a very important issue. But let's do a quick recap of why are you both running vice president and president of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania. I'm going to first begin with you, Mr. Foley. You are the top of the ticket, and then I will go to Madam Galway. Why are you both running? What is the core issue? You know, every candidate for any position, anybody who's running for anything, must have a core reason or a core set of reasons for why they are in the race, for why they are running. What is the core issue that prompted you individually to step up and say you want to be the next president of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania? Mr. Foley.
Thank you very much. I am an educator. I teach at a middle school, and looking at a lot of our young people, we strongly believe a lot of them will not make it to college because we are compelled to send them to the next class each year, whether they make the grades or not. So we were called to serve our community because if you look at the Liberian Association for the last 44 years, established in 1978, there is not an office. Liberians don't have a single hall. There's no program that is being run here for Liberians by Liberians. Right. That is why some of us came in the race, because we have some ideas that can benefit our community. The first thing we are going to work on, and we have said it over and over again, that in 18 months, we will have a community center. And in that community center, we will provide tutoring and mentorship for our young people so they can have a place to turn to. In addition to tutoring and mentorship, we also intend to have social and recreational activities for them. We want the resource center to be a place a Liberian entering America to be the first place a Liberian should turn to for help. We want it to be a resource center. We want to take the organization from a nonprofit on paper to a functioning nonprofit with full-time staff. We want to have, and we can do it. We can do it because other community centers are functioning year-round. We want to have to provide Liberians with legal services, defense as well as immigration lawyers, up to including time for hearing. Because as stated, we don't want our people taking plea deals or languishing behind immigration bars simply because their family don't have the money to pay for them. We also want to be able to establish a database for Liberians in the state of Pennsylvania, with their qualification as well. We want that database to be used by the government of Liberia and private entities in Liberia to tap into if they need to fill a position that they cannot find Liberians in Liberia to fill. We don't want foreigners filling the positions. We want to have a space where our senior citizens our elders, we call them elders, can come. We've started 1 day a week. They can come that day just dedicated to them because Mr. Costa, we bring our families, our parents from home, especially during the winter. It's very hard for them. They stay in the house all winter round, all for the 6 to 8 months that is cold, simply because there's nowhere to go and it's cold, and that
Okay.
affects their mental health. So we want them to come out. We want them to interact with people of the age group.
Okay.
So we want this place. We want to have a functioning institution that Liberians can benefit from. We want to provide services. We intend to have other literacy programs that would include a wide range of programs for our
Okay, Mr. Foley.
our people.
I will hold you right there, and I will go to Miss Gowie. Miss Gowie, again, I would like to ask you the question individually. Why did you're doing well in what you do? Clearly, you're a consummate professional. You're not a politician, but you are in this process. Why did you decide to throw yourself into this thing, which really doesn't benefit you financially? But why are you doing this? Because first of all, folks should know that these positions are not paid on positions. They are running to serve. There are no financial compensations that are going to be offered. So why are you doing this, Ms. Gowen?
Because I'm very, very passionate about the cause. You know, I'm a mother. So just being a mother, I see the importance of after school programs. I pay a lot of money for my children to be in school while I'm at work. I see the youth. I'm usually I hang out with a lot of the youth in our community. I get their views, a lot of the younger guys. And there's this need for togetherness. A lot of them don't even know their culture because some of them were born and raised here. They don't know about Liberia. So they get intrigued to know certain facts about their culture. So just a simple awareness of where you come from, your heritage, that you don't need to fit in with society, what society says is right, like the sagging your pants and these gangs, because some of them feel like they have no identity. They were born and raised here. They don't identify with mom is too African, or dad. So they don't have any ties to their culture most times because mom is too busy working yet again. So I feel like this is needed, that they can all have a place, come learn about their culture and the importance of who they are. The fact about our senior citizens being at home. I have a lot of elderly people that I talk to. Sometimes they help me babysit from time to time. There's nowhere for them to go, so I might take them shopping for water or fruits or their goods, and that is the only source of outing that they get because their kids who brought them to this country are busy working as well. So all they do is sit home and babysit. So there's no interaction. There's a longing to want to go back home to Africa where they feel validated. So mainly for me, having a community center, like I said, after school programs for children like my kids group and the younger generation is important. So for me, that was one of the main issues for me getting in this race, knowing how to allocate funds, knowing how to get proposals. And I just felt like hands-on, what we're trying to accomplish as a team, I was the good fit for that.
That's good. That is very, very good. So we're going to close with asking the both of you what final message, and please make this brief, and this is your closing. What final message, what message do you have for the voters? Speak directly, not to me, but to the voters tomorrow, as they go out to vote tomorrow in these elections. What final message have you got for them? We will begin with Ms. Gowie, and then we'll end with Mr. Foley. Ms. Gowie, what do you have to say? As if these were the very final words you have to say to voters before the polls were open. The last thing you could probably say to them before they started voting.
Yes, again, all of you watching, all of our supporters, we say thank you yet again for having us on this show. This voting process depends on your life. Act like it does depend on your life, because we need to come together as a community. We need certain things for your children. We don't want your young children to fall victim to the system. We don't want your aging mother or aunt to get ill because she has no interaction with anyone of her kind. So this depends on your life. And I was telling somebody, no matter how war-stricken Liberia has been or how poor the country is, when you go to Liberia, even though there's no light, electricity, there's barely any food, when you look in the corner of your eye, you will see a small group of people celebrating. We as a culture, we are happy people. It's just unfortunate we have this why not me syndrome, and we envy each other, so we're not progressing as a nation. But Liberians, by default, we are such happy people. I tell you, I visited a few places, and my heart is with Liberia, because the little we have, we are always celebrating and dancing. So why not have something for yourself? There's always a baby shower. There's always some celebration in Liberia, but we pay thousands of dollars to be able to connect with each other each week. Why not have a hall for yourself that you might pay just a little percentage just to keep the lights on, that you can celebrate? Why not have an after school program with me? I have 2 children. I'm paying at least, other than their tuition, just for after school program, it's an additional $150 per kid to maintain them just from 3:30 till 6 o'clock. That's a lot of money, you know. So why not have a safe haven where your children will learn about their culture and identify with people like themselves, people that look like them, that speak like them. So voters, I'm asking you, if you want a change, we've seen the past government. There's nothing to show for anything. There hasn't been an election in almost 15 years. Like Mr. Fuller rightfully said, there's this thing to, and we've been going, okay, thank you, but vote like your life depends on it, because it does depend.
Those things are on the ballot. That's Ms. Elma Gawe, the vice presidential candidate, running with Mr. Wilbert Newell Foley. And she said those are the issues that are on the ballot, and vote as though your life depends on it. Mr. Foley, what are your final words on this platform to the voters directly, Pennsylvania voters? Tomorrow.
My fellow Liberians in Pennsylvania, you have the opportunity on Saturday to bring change to your community. You can only do that by changing the guards. And I say changing the guards, that is to say, you have a choice to vote for change or vote for the same old people who have led this community for the past 30 years with nothing to show. They did the part, but there's nothing tangible to show. Our opponents have they have the current president, the current vice president, the current secretary general, and four past presidents all in their camp. And the reason they did that, they all went there because they fear change. We are too progressive for them, so they fear us. They have all gone to where they feel secure, where they believe that if that party wins, they will not be audited. There will be no record provided. But we are saying to you, if you want change, vote for Foley Gawe, and we are going to do the right thing. We are going to provide you with every single information of the Liberian Association of Pennsylvania, including the financial record, and we'll give you a quarterly report. Those information will be on the website. It will be at every town hall, every meeting. So vote for change. And these are the voting centers. Church of the Living God, headed by Pastor Kawu Dodope, 2133 South 61st Street, Philadelphia, PA, 19142. And the second location is in the Northeast, Divine Fellowship Center of Jesus Christ, 6417 Castro Avenue, Philadelphia, PA, 19149. Vote for change. Vote for Team Foley Gawe. We are the team that is able and ready to bring the changes our community need. Vote for change. Vote Foley Gawe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gawe and Mr. Foley. We wish the both of you all the best tomorrow, and we'll be following the process very closely.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, folks, there you have it. There is no such thing as a small election. Every election is important. And by the way, Mr. Foley said the other side, they are they may have, and to be fair and to be correct, the other side, the other camp may have people from the past, from past and from previous administrations of the association supporting them, but they themselves were not officials of those of past or previous administrations. I just wanted to correct that. That is important. But this election, we're following it very closely. We wait to see what happens, and as I've said, Pennsylvania is important to us. They're very next door, and it's the largest Liberian community on the East Coast. But let's see whether we can take a few calls there before we leave. You are listening to the Costa Show. Today is the 12th of August, 2022. I woke up to this very tragic news of the arson attack, what appears to be an arson attack. We don't have all the facts yet. We might never do. But this clearly looks like a diabolical arson attack on the home of the newly minted chairman of the Unity Party, the Reverend J. Luther Tappe. Yes, Mr. Sano B. Johnson, that is correct. You've never been an official of LAP in decades. That is correct. That is a fact. And so I just thought to point that out. We try to be fair here. All right. Because whoever wins will work with them. That's what we'll do. So, Baga, let's take a few calls there before we leave. We've got 5 minutes to go, but we can take at least 2 or 3 calls. We didn't take any calls this morning.
All right, folks. 077-0102-102-86-010383 555-102-102. The WhatsApp number is +231 888-624-171. We can take few calls. Then we call it a day on today's on this week edition of the Costa Show. I will take somebody from this end. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Yep, your name is Johnny. What's wrong?
Good morning, Baga, and good morning to my good friend Aaron Pero Costa. This is the voice of Usman Beneje. I'm calling you for District number 2 to be specifically in Amagasi area. Thank you very much for the show this morning. Wake up this morning, we heard the information that actually, our chairman caught a fire. I think this is a sad day for not only for our chairman, but for the United Party and for Liberia. I think we stand with the Tappe, at this sad moment. The issues about corruption in this government. This government said the United Party-led government was in power for 2 years, and they were sitting on the fence, and they saw everything. And they said that when they come to power, they want to change the dynamic. But back I see what is happening today. These guys are looking the country on an industrial scale. Corruption today has become a will of life under the CDC-led government. That is a fact. So there's no way Magay can start to, let's say, defend the statement that he made. It is clearing the president himself is corrupt, including the entire CDC government. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We take 2 more calls on the line, 077-0102-102. 2 more calls. Keep your calls coming in this morning. 888-624-171 is the WhatsApp number, and plus, So let's see if we can. 077-0102-102-0886-010383 555-102-102. So today is Friday.
Okay, hold on. And the interesting thing, the home of Luther Tappe, I'm reading here from the Unity Party's their Facebook page. It's less than 5 minutes walk from George Weah's house. And there are 2 fire trucks assigned at the president's house. I didn't know, according to this story. according to this post by the Unity Party. 2 fire trucks assigned at Weah's house. And they said they tried to call them to go and put the fire out, but the drivers were asleep. They were told the drivers were sleeping. Are you listening to that, Bugger? God bless. Listen, Bugger, the me house didn't get burned, which is a blessing. I'm looking at it now. The pictures I have here are even better. The me house was not even touched. It is a blessing, Bugger. Yes. We thank God for this. The me house, just a little bit, because the smaller house is close to the me house, very close. So you can see, actually, it's just the smoke from the small house. The small house burned, completely burnt. The entire roof gone, the walls completely shattered. It's just a pile of debris. But it's just the smoke from the small house that you can see on the wall, section of the wall of the big house. So God forbid this man could have lost his me house as well. But his vehicle completely burned. Completely burned.
Probably they saw the vehicle parked in front of the smaller house, so they felt now, there's a place, there's a main place he's always residing or he's sleeping and doing whatsoever. So that was just why they attacked that particular place. That's what I'm thinking.
The man has a beautiful home here. They burned the small house completely burned. Let's take another call there.
Let's take 2 calls. Good morning.
Good morning, Broadcast. And let me say good morning to Helen Petro Costa, the happy belated birthday man. Firstly, let me speak to the issue that got to do with the person attacking our chairman, Chairman Luther Tapping. Costa, these guys will continue to go after us because we are playing. How can the chairman hold God burn and everything burn to ashes? This is very bad. This government has said we have to form our protection group to protect you guys as the leader of the party, and you guys will give all your support because this guy will continue to go after you people to make you people afraid. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. We'll take one more call. Then we call it a day on today's edition of the Costa Morning Show. 0770-102-102. Let's take this person here. Hello. Hello.
Let's take another call.
Hello. Okay. Call me and don't listen to your receiver. Listen to me on the phone. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. The Costa Show.
The Costa Show. Your name, where you joining us from?
But this is Ismail P.T. Baby.
Calling from where?
Costa Island.
Welcome, Ishmael.
Thank you. The information that you're carrying around that somebody went and burned our house, do you actually get it? The clear understanding of what happened down there? Because something just happened, nobody know yet. Then you accuse the putting finger up, accusing people. People haven't been bringing here.
Hello.
Yeah.
Who they point the accusing finger at? Did we point finger at anybody here? Did we point finger at anybody here?
Yeah, they said the people were attacked. And United Party Secretary General.
We are not United Party Show.
We are not United Party Secretary General. There's not
United Party Secretary General said different things. Don't come call our show about it.
United Party Secretary General said.
You're not correct. You're insulting people in the country. You are a fully man.
Listen to me. I just saw the press release by the Unity Party. They believe it's government people that did it. Do you know that, Buckeye?
No.
Do I know that?
No.
I don't know that. But I believe that this was an arson attack. It was a deliberate, wicked attack. But I woke up that morning before I got to know. So, Buckeye, why should I just say I know who did it? Did I see the person in my sleep? No. I don't know. So they have the reason for saying what they're saying. But I don't know who did it. But I know somebody did it. Because from what I see, it looks like somebody threw petrol bomb in the fence. And it landed on a smaller house. Luckily, the bigger house is unscathed, is untouched. We thank God for that. His vehicle completely burned because it was parked right next to the small house. Somebody did it. I don't know who did it. I will not point fingers to anybody because that's not what we do yet. Let's take 2 more calls there. We don't do that yet. Two more calls, Baka. If you people can say who they believe did it, I don't know. At this point, I don't have any theory, but I know somebody did it. Yeah. Baka?
Yeah.
Check the WhatsApp line as well. See what we got.
And also, Mr. Costa, how you doing, my brother and friend?
Welcome.
Okay, then this is Costa Yanta who I join you from Testy Cinco, to be specific.
Go ahead.
Look, Costa, what all I just said, it is the truth. Look, we are dying slowly due to the personal advertisement. And I think our own little brothers that we felt that it was time actually to save us from the calamity. And still, they have become worse, very, very worse. So in fact, it is so frustrated because there was a criminal abuse by everybody around you. And then we are afraid of you. In fact, I'm not even Johnny whosoever. So that my brother, God bless you, Costa.
Thank you so much for calling in. We'll take one more call, then we go home on today's edition of the show. Just one more caller. You could be that lucky caller. Let's take this person here. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Henry Costa. Henry Costa.
What kind of human being here? So let's see if we can take somebody from the WhatsApp number quickly. Yours. All right. Let's take this. Wow.
I mean, but I got rid of bad with me.
And but I don't know why you get it for. Because the thing he say it make no sense. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Paka.
Okay, let's take Peter from the US. Peter, good morning. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, brother. Good morning, here. Just want to thank you for the show. Just to retrospect about the issue of people through, ask on a lot of you. Let's go back to history. Since the 12 years of Erin government, we noticed people from the opposition with the seized that they brought in petrol bombing business. So if we have professional police or policing running now instead of the political policing that we have there, then they will have to look at the most of operation, most operandi of those people who used to do carry on sexual act. So to go and get them. Now we're seeing the situation on the check. It's so sad. I mean, and looking at the president, all close by him, and then they have the possibility and somebody saying who operator in the project is too bad.
All right, Peter. Thank you so much. We go on to this edition cost.
Well, you know, we went behind the government to reduce petroleum prices, right?
Yeah.
They just issued a memo today. I got it. I just received it. I've been behind it for the last couple of days. They buggered and they didn't want to reduce the price. Buggered.
Maybe they see it. They saw the thing that happened in Sierra Leone. So
yes. All right. Good. We are gonna go. You want to take 2 more calls before we go today Friday?
All right. Let's take this person here. Good afternoon. Yeah. Your name is calling from?
This is Paco calling from Piamat.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You are live.
Yeah, brother, you do my Tejo and Costa. Yeah, God bless. We get our son you for our party. We don't know who to that team of. You know, go. Tell the country will lay on who talk. People say we answer to the government. You see, we don't go election 2023. They said our evil work going on. So the project Glory to God. The man who just take power, he was at the office. And resident left near the resident play all of them live.
They live in the same place. I see JMB walking to the mayor house. I just saw a video.
No Catholic. So I can't control living so my people.
Okay.
The one who took a control get man. Somebody on fire. They said no care. So other people called because he has a cosa. If you were there, we're enjoying the level living. But some of our children. So I have a cosa to tell the fact. Other people take it airway to inside. But we're not inside. No one. And of course, I do your work, Bob. God be with you. Thank you, Brother. God bless you.
Okay.
Thank you, my brother. We appreciate you. Baka, how can the president have 2 fire trucks at a house and then they say the fire truck driver sleeping? So the fire truck to the president or just for the president alone? That you pay money buy the fire truck? The fire truck and not like Brempo fire truck?
Personal property.
The fire trucks, before we are begin president, did he have fire truck assigned to a house?
For what?
They made house burning. They made 5 minutes away from you. Then they say the fire truck driver sleeping. They can't wait to drive up. Or they say they not get gas because they call us say they say they know I gas. I ain't yelling one. But the one I heard, they say the driver was sleeping. They can't wake the driver can be sleeping, waking, or say somebody hot burning, wake up, let go. Yeah? I didn't even know Joe will have fire truck to your. Did you know that, Baga? I didn't know that, but it makes sense that the president now, so they got fire truck parking right near your. I mean,
Yeah, but that particular fire truck should be for the entire area, not only limited to the president.
You should not even put a fire truck to the president hall. All over the world, I told you, there is a fire station that is literally 4-5 minutes away from me. God forbid, if my fire thing went up, Jenna, if the alarm started to go off, that fire truck would be here. The response time is under 5 minutes. Listen to me now. You got to carry a fire truck to Weir Hall. You can build a fire station within the neighborhood, close to Weir's house. And that fire station is supposed to service all the houses, all the people in that area. But at the Weir house? What kind of nonsense is that? You take a fire truck to the president's house? Then they say, somebody hop on you. They say, oh, the driver's sleeping. They can't wake him up.
The driver in Joey now.
The driver that the president, you sleeping, they can't wake you up. But when about that your job? You are a driver, you're driving a fire truck. It's your job. Is it a driver sleeping? They didn't want to do it. Guy. The driver was not sleeping. Even if he was sleeping, they should have woken the driver up. It is his job. You can be in deep sleep. When they say somebody's house burning, you're supposed to wake up and go there. That's your job. Good question, my brother D Bank. If we are house burning, they were going to say the driver sleeping? Eh? I mean, the people act like this is Liberia for you. This is the way we operate. It didn't start where we are. He said, that was someone you don't let hear me say it. These things never started with John Weir or with Ellen. This is the way the country is. When Joe Blow comes to power, he acts as though the country belongs to him. He can do whatever he wants to do. It is sad. It is too sad. But let's go, y'all. Y'all have a good day. It's just the country can just make me feel bad. Top of the driver was sleeping. Sanama Swan